Hey guys, welcome to another episode of JBE Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some good ass homemade ravioli stuffed with some shredded chicken and homemade Alfredo. Let's go ahead and check out all the ingredients. So we're going to be using 5 ounces of Romano cheese, 5 ounces of Parmesan cheese, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 pound of flour, 4 whole eggs, 5 tablespoons of garlic or more, just depending on your preferences and how many vampires you're trying to get rid of. We've got 2 pounds of chicken breast, 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, and some fresh parsley. And that's gonna be it for us today. We're just gonna go ahead and throw the 1 pound of flour. We're gonna sift it. If you have a sifter, that's great. I don't, so I'm just kind of using this like grease top that you use for like frying bacon, just so that it comes out fine on the bottom and makes it easier to work with. Now that we have the flour sifted to its finest, we're going to go ahead and make a little pit in the middle, and we're going to crack 4 whole eggs into it, and we're going to mix it. When mixing the eggs, you just want to kind of scramble them. I'm using a fork to make it a little bit easier. I also recommend making a bigger pit than I did. My eggs started to leak out a bit. When working on the dough, you just want to kind of fold it in on itself, outer edges inwards, and just kind of start kneading it until it becomes a nice texture. And you'll know it's done being kneaded once you can push in and it'll spring back up slowly. Now we're just gonna get some saran wrap and we're going to just wrap the ball up and we're gonna leave it on the counter for a half hour. All right guys, we're gonna start cutting the chicken while the pasta is chilling for a half hour. I'm gonna cut these into cubes so that they're easier to shred and cook. Make sure you cut off any fat that's left over. Alright guys, so we're going to start making the Alfredo sauce. So we're going to start with the 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We're just going to let that melt a bit. Go ahead and add the garlic in now. And you're going to mix it, you just kind of want it to get fragrant. And once it gets fragrant, we're going to keep the heat on low and add in the heavy whipping cream. Alright guys, we're just going to go ahead and shred the 5 ounces of Romano cheese. And we're going to mix that with the 5 ounces of Parmesan that we have. And we're going to use that for the Alfredo. We're going to save just a little bit to garnish on top of the finished product. We're going to go ahead and add in about 8 ounces of the cheese mix, the Romano and the Parmesan. Alright guys, this has been sitting for about half hour. Let's go ahead and cut it into 4s. And roll out each of these. We're going to form them into rectangles. Go ahead and knead them a little bit. You want to lightly flour your work surface. Now that we have the dough all rolled out, we're gonna go ahead and take a pizza cutter, or you can also get like a pasta cutter. I just have this on hand. And I'm just gonna strain out the edges to make it into rectangles, because we're gonna be folding this over. We got the sauce already and we have the chicken shredded, so we're gonna go ahead and mix both into a bowl. Start with the chicken. And we're gonna mix. This is gonna be the stuffing for our ravioli. I went ahead and grabbed a teaspoon and I'm just gonna use that to scoop our stuffing in. We're gonna put them about 1 inch away from each other. To seal the ravioli, you're just gonna dip your finger in some water and you're just gonna go around them so that the pasta softens up and it's gonna seal it when we flip it over. And you're just gonna kind of get the air out and you're gonna find the separations. Now is the time to throw your pasta into boiling water. We're gonna boil them until they start floating. Should be about 2 to 4 minutes. It's been a couple minutes and they're all looking good. I'm gonna go ahead, kill the heat and drain them and get it all set up. Now that the pasta's all done, we're gonna go ahead and drizzle some more Alfredo sauce on top. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more chicken on top as well. And some cheese. Let's cut it open and see what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah. Got some nice Alfredo chicken inside and then just topped it with some extra. It looks good. All right guys, let's go ahead and try this out. Yeah, it's really good. The Alfredo is like perfectly cheesy, nice and thick. The chicken gives it a nice texture as well. Altogether, I'd say it came out really good. I definitely recommend practicing the ravioli cutting as well as the rolling out, just making it in general. And I would recommend using fresh garlic as well. It just gives a whole other taste opposed to using like garlic salt. But until next time, thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe, leave comments below. Catch you on the flip side.